You need to improve in games.
You played really bad.
Your full counter sucks. As a Beidou main, this video makes me wanna cry based by the way you parry. Sad crying emoji.
Yeah, many of you have commented that I am a noob in this game. Well, more like I don't play this game at that point in time, but I am AR57 now, and I am considered still a noob because I don't know many things regarding this game or the characters actually. And today's video is my confession on why I am still a noob. Longtime viewers of this channel will know that this is not our usual style of video, but I do want to share my experience and thoughts about this game. Do like and share if you like these kind of videos, and let us know your thoughts about this kind of format down in the comment section too. So let's talk about why I started playing Genshin Impact to begin with. We'll have to rewind back to September 2020, and that is when Poco phone's rebirth was happening. The Poco X3 NFC was just launched, and at that time it shocked everyone with its impressive specs with that super low price. I have never believed in benchmark numbers because they don't really tell you what kind of performance to expect from those devices. At that point in time, we decided, hey, let's just do a gaming test where we actually show you the gaming performance when you actually play a game. So that is the best way to showcase its performance, right? And that is exactly what we did. That video, well, it kind of exploded if you ask me. Well, actually we did another gaming test for the Poco F2 Pro that was launched like a few months earlier, but it seems like no one cared about that phone. Maybe it's because of the price, I don't know. Anyway, I tested using Honkai Impact at first, and many people requested Genshin Impact instead. So I waited for a few more days for this game to be released because, yeah, it was before Genshin 1.0 was even launched, and we filmed another gaming test for the Poco X3 NFC using Genshin Impact. As Genshin Impact was still fresh at that point in time, I did spend some time playing the game and explore a little bit. I mean, I do like Breath of the Wild, and this game shares a lot of the same gameplay elements. But only after a few days, or like maybe at most 2 weeks, I do find the game to be incredibly bland and boring. I stopped playing at around AR20, I think. I do remember the ballpark number of my adventure rank because it was after multiplayer was unlocked. But remember, I am still using this game as our prime game for gaming tests. But why do we use Genshin Impact as our prime game? Well, I do think that is because this is a demanding game and it demands every bit of performance from any phone, tablet, or even your ultrabooks or laptops that don't have a discrete GPU. Currently, it doesn't matter what kind of phone you have, it's very difficult to maintain 60 FPS at the highest graphical settings. But this game also does not gatekeep what kind of graphical performance that you want to use on your phone. So if you are feeling adventurous, you can technically go to the highest graphical settings on your lowest end smartphone, and that is why I just like to use this game as our prime example. By just looking at the specs of whatever device that we are testing, we can sort of guess what kind of graphical settings that it should run Genshin Impact at the smoothest frame rate. And then we just do our gaming test, and I think this kind of video shows a lot more than just looking at some random number that you obtain from Antutu, for example. I did this for every phone, tablet, and even some laptops that we have reviewed since the day this game was launched. And this routine kept going on for 2 years. I remember both 2021 and 2022 had an explosive number of smartphones that were released, and we were constantly doing gaming test videos. That is why we have more than 80 gaming test videos to this date. During those 2 years, I have been doing a lot of daily commissions from Liyue only because I had no idea that I could change the daily commissions to a different region, and I have gathered resources randomly and I have a bunch of them. That was the time when you saw me using this pirate lady only. I managed to get from somewhere around AR20 to around AR40 if I'm not mistaken. And for those 2 years, I paid zero attention to any events, updates, or even new areas that were added to the game. And I remember the entire Japan island was just stuck there, unexplored because I didn't do any of the mainline story quests. Yeah, I also never ascended my WoW level, so I was stuck at level 4 or 5 for the longest time. Even when I did ascend after some time, I still had issues since none of my characters were properly built to handle the onslaught of difficulty spike that was upon me. Then one day around Sumeru's launch, I think, I saw Mr. John installed Genshin on the office PC and I decided to log into my account. Then he saw my account and he said a lot of things. Mostly profanities because he was kind of in shock and awe, I guess. My account was like a super high level character, but it is stuck in the beginner tutorial island. He scoured through my account and did a lot of optimizations, and that is when some of my teams started to take shape. He built what was apparently called the national team, and I continued using them for a few more months and grinded more materials for Yoimiya, who I nicknamed as Yingze cosplay because Yingze is a prominent cosplay from Malaysia. One of those characters that she cosplayed was Yoimiya. And that is why I just kept calling this character as Yingze cosplay until today. And she also cosplayed Raiden and this armpit lady, by the way. She's a very talented cosplayer. Shout out to her. And then Mr. John also told me to farm for more artifacts, which I have never paid any attention to any of them before. But because of my characters were just not properly built, I had to stick around at a lower world level so that my characters can actually survive. And that was very painful because every enemy that I encountered was like a damage sponge and it took me upwards of 3 minutes to kill some random mini bosses. And by the way, within those 2 years of grinding, I never utilized any resin at all, I never did any domains, I never did any weekly bosses or reputation quests, and I still had an incomplete main storyline quest from Mondstadt. Yeah, I remember that Mr. John told me to farm more materials to level up Yoimiya, but I have not even unlocked that giant lizard boss yet. So yeah, I know many of you are cringing hard right now, but that is just what happened. For real, no cap. Since then, my teams have gotten a lot stronger, and I also did a lot of quests and stuff. I do wish the game to have a skip button so I don't have to spam my clicks to make the dialogues go faster. And now, I don't look as much as a noob, right? See, I do have good teams with some pretty good stats.
What's one more opponent?
Quietly now. Here comes the catch. Your grand finale. Everybody stand back. The fuse is lit.
But it is still not that good in my opinion, but I'm kinda complacent with it. Genshin is ultimately a single player game with gacha mechanics and the option to play it in multiplayer mode, or you can just flex in the abyss or something like that. I mean, you don't have to go through all of the hassle and still complete the entire story of Genshin Impact since the enemies will scale according to your world level. You can even downgrade your world level if you wish to do so. As of now, Mr. John is also my resource for all things Genshin because I'm still oblivious to many of the mechanics in the game. Just like how I found out recently that Raiden has a passive that buffs her if she has more energy recharge. And to this day, I have no idea how to play the wind element at all. I also have just been speedrunning all of the quests and leaving it in autoplay on another computer that I have beside me. And now, why am I still doing all these leveling up and artifact farming? Well, I do kind of enjoy that somewhat. I only have 2 main teams and I think they can dish out some pretty good numbers, but they can be improved somewhat. Some of you have commented that my team's damage is quite sad, but I really can't do anything as of now, so farming takes time in this game. That's all I'm gonna say. And a quick segment here, I do want to talk about the characters of this game. There are way too many characters and I'm just not good with names, so I gave them nicknames for most of the characters that I use. Like this character here, I'll just call her the opera lady because she is from Chinese opera anyway. And this one is Benny Boy or Adventure Boy, Boken Boy, real good buffer. And this one I'll call her the lolly, but I have a few more lollies in my account, so I need to call her the god lolly, I think. But the new Fontaine god is also a lolly, so yeah, there's kind of a lot of lolly in this game for whatever reason. And if you tell me this is not a fish lady, then I don't know what she is. I still don't know why she doesn't have any passive to speed up her boost while swimming underwater. And for this character, I have no idea why she has an armpit fetish, but yeah, she is the armpit lady. There are a lot more not so family friendly names for all of these characters that I'm just not gonna say in this video. But I should explain this. I play as the female MC, and this scene of her walking around in the forest just feels too romantic. Like they are waiting to be kissed. Yeah, that kind of feeling.
What the hell? Oh my god!
Okay, so a quick little section here. I do want to rate each of the areas that are in the game today. Mondstadt is a 2 out of 5 because it's just a very bland, generic fantasy town, and I never wish to return to this place if I can.
Take it easy.
Liyue gets a 3 out of 5 because it has a nice atmosphere, but there are just way too many mountains to climb. Dragonspine gets a 1 out of 5 because it's just very cold and I cannot use any treasure trackers in this area. Why? The Chasm gets a 1 out of 5 as well because I think it's just very annoying, and for some reason my light meter drops if I touch the goo, and that is just very annoying if I'm killing this robot serpent boss. Inazuma, also known as the Japan Islands, gets a 5 out of 5 because it's a fantastic place, even though there are many people who say that this place is gloomy and sad, and Raiden really lived up to the hype. And this area that you can only access when you enter the whirlpool, it gets a 1 out of 5 because screw the day and light mechanism. It should have been an item that we can just press a button and then it can immediately change between day and night instead of needing to find this thing. Sumeru gets a 4 out of 5 because of its fantastic music. But there are horrendous layers of caverns and underground segments, and to this day, I still get lost in the city. As of now, Fontaine gets a 4 out of 5 for version 4.0 because I do like its music, it has good atmosphere and also good swimming mechanics since it has a separate stamina meter, which for whatever reason other regions do not have. And that's my confession of an AR57 noob. Honestly, I still think that I am still a noob, but I'm just gonna mess around in the game and see what goes on. You know, f*** around to find out. I have still not spent a single cent on this game, and I'm a very proud free-to-play player. So yeah, if you enjoy this kind of video, do let me know down in the comment section below. And also, I think that I have shown a lot of my teams in this video here. So if you have any comments or whatever, do let me know down in the comment section below as well. And the reason why I play this team is because, yeah, she's just my comfort team. It's easy to play on mobile, and I don't have to precise aim or shoot anything. It's just everything auto aim. I can just stand there, spam the hit button. It solves everything for me.
Game's up. Fun's over. Break a leg. I'm going in. Time for a light show.
Raiden's team is a bit more, not so mobile friendly, but it's also still very powerful. Let me know if you want to see more videos about this game because we are kind of flexible, and yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video.
Now you shall perish.
This may turn a little. Rest and rebuild. Share my knowledge. Grow.
Everybody stand back. Inazuma shines eternal.